Hey guys, this is Troy,
And Alex.
and we're Two Dudes Football doing Week 9. So the first game of the season, we had White Power, known as Mike White, play the Colts for about one quarter.
This is just like, it's bad football. Didn't Jonathan Taylor have like 200 yards?
172 on the ground and another 28 in the air. He literally had 200 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns. Wentz just kind of had to just sit there. I mean, he was good, but he didn't do anything. Josh Johnson played well in relief of Mike White. But honestly, the Jets, I'm pretty sure they're actually favoring starting Mike White over Zach Wilson next week, which I'm very happy to see. So, that's pretty much it. The Colts are back in the playoff race, I guess, somehow.
They're built to win.
Yeah, and plus the AFC is just so weak this year.
It's weird. Everything's just weird this year.
Yeah, the only teams that have been good pretty much are the Cardinals and the Packers and the Rams. Those three
Titans.
teams. Not even the Rams anymore.
The Titans. Except for...
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second, in a bit, but man, Titans. The Raiders-Giants. So first, the Raiders, if you're one of the 4 people that have not heard, Henry Ruggs III, their star receiver, basically just straight up killed someone by going 156 miles per hour while at least 2 times over the legal limit.
Yeah.
He got cut from the team. That happened before the Giants game. They went to the Giants. They missed a 25-yard field goal and ended up losing to the Giants by 7. Then after the game, they cut cornerback Damon Arnett, who's also a first-round pick, because he has a couple lawsuits against him, and he has a video of him with guns threatening to kill someone.
Yeah.
It sucks being a Raiders fan. The only solace is you guys are somehow still tied for the division lead.
Somehow. Yeah,
Daniel Jones basically did nothing all game. Booker, only good player, really. Everyone else just kind of did nothing for the Giants.
Yeah.
Except, Xavier McKinney had 2 interceptions. He did pretty good.
Xavier McKinney is the steal of the draft last year. Both their second-round picks from this year and last year look pretty good. Azeez Ojulari looks really good. Xavier McKinney looks really good. And then Ice the Game, Quincy Roche, 6th-round pick. The Steelers cut him. They picked him up. He forced a fumble to end the game. So
Gotta love it.
Yeah, good game for the Giants just based off defensive. You finally get back to that point where they looked like a good defense last year. And, offense didn't really have to do much.
First game this season, Derek Carr threw more than 1 interception.
Yeah.
The Falcons-Saints. So this was a weird game. So at the beginning, it was a Falcons blowout. Then the Saints made a comeback, but then the Falcons ended up winning the game, which is Atlanta seems to be just totally changing from being Choke City to actually good.
Yeah.
The running backs for just anyone trying to run the ball for the Falcons was awful. The combined had a 1.3 average.
Mike Davis led the team with 13 rushing yards.
Hey, but Cordero Patterson made it up. He had 126 yards receiving.
Yeah,
he was balling out again. And then Younghoe Koo hit the game-winning field goal. If it wasn't for Justin Tucker, he'd probably be the best kicker in the league.
Yeah.
Trevor Siemian was decent. He wasn't earth-shatteringly good, but
good and better than you expect from Trevor Siemian.
It's Trevor Siemian. Yeah. Alvin Kamara had 100 combined yards. The bottom line is the Saints' run defense did what they're supposed to do, be awesome, but their pass defense just got lit up by Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matty Ice, man. I'll do it to you.
Now, this is quite possibly the funniest game of the season.
This has to be the worst football game.
The 50-year-old, basically the man who lets women on him even though he's married, Urban Meyer, and the Jaguars won a game in the United States for the first time in, I believe, 24, 25 games. I think it's 23.
420 days. They have not won a game. First one in America in 420 days.
And it was against, of all teams, the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen. Josh Allen intercepted Josh Allen. Simply put, Josh Allen was better than Josh Allen.
I think that's all that needs to be said.
Trevor Lawrence, pretty bad, not going to lie. Josh Allen running the ball, pretty good. Josh Allen throwing, not so good. Stephon Diggs, pretty good. The rest of the Bills, not so good. It was a bad game. MVP for the Jaguars, I would say, is... Yeah, well, he only made 3 out of 4 kicks. Which, man, that's just... Bro, it's just... How do you lose to the Jaguars? Dude, they're the Jaguars, my guy.
It's only like unimpressive, or like it's not. It's like you can lose the Jaguars if they put up like 30, but it was 9-6.
They put 9 points up and you lost.
Yeah, no, it's just that should not.
I
happen.
mean, to be fair though, it seems that's a rite of passage for all these teams that are supposed to be decent to just lose to like the bottom feeders.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, the Jets have won against the Titans and the Bengals.
Yeah.
Bruh. Speaking about the Bengals, the Bengals got pwned.
They don't look legit anymore.
They got pwned. Joey B threw 2 interceptions. I mean, Jamar Chase was still okay, but T. Higgins played better than him. Joe Mixon was solid, but aside from him, like, no one really showed up. I mean, Baker wasn't even that impressive. Nick Chubb was impressive. Donovan People-Jones was impressive-ish. It's just, I mean, Denzel Ward had the 99 pick six, and that basically, like, it may have been the first quarter. That ended the game.
Yeah.
You don't recover from that. Last week they were in the playoffs. This week they're not. The Carolina Panthers. Man, Sam Darnold against Patriots is just, it's like a new level of bad.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, honestly, I mean, he had 100 yards, but if you watched, you never would have guessed he had 100 yards. I mean, the Panthers just, honestly, I know a lot of people didn't like Teddy Two Gloves when he was with the Panthers and thought he was bad, but if I remember correctly, both DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson had 1,000 yards last year, and this year, DJ Moore might be on pace for 1,000.
But Robbie Anderson does not get the ball.
It's just, dude, it's so bad. Honestly, I feel like losing Curtis Samuel really is starting to show why it hurts his team. Because when you had that third option you could always go to, you always allowed for just more of an open field for guys like Robbie to catch those deep passes, and not having him there is really hurting the team.
Yeah, I mean, who's the better running back, Christian McCaffrey or
Chuba Hubbard?
Ramondre Stevenson?
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
They both led their teams in rushing and passing yards, but I think
Stevenson also led his team in receiving yards.
yeah.
Mac Jones didn't even play good. Like, Patriots won 24-6. It was a bad game.
Thing was trying to break Brian Burns' ankle.
All I know is that game, I watched it. I regret watching it. Honestly, I would have rather watched the game that was the funniest game of the week. For literally most of the game, the Broncos were literally shutting out the Cowboys. They ended up winning 30-16. Bruh. Melvin Gordon had 80 yards. Jamal Williams, or whichever Williams they've got, had 111 yards.
Javonte.
Bridgewater, Teddy Two Gloves had 249 and a touchdown. The Cowboys they got pwned. I mean, honestly, you know what they need? They need to bench Dak Prescott for Cooper Rush. Micah Parsons was good, but the Broncos the Broncos still have the same record as the Chiefs. Dude,
it's funny.
The
Chiefs could easily have a worse record. I mean, like,
dude, Chiefs are so bad.
They're like the Giants could have beat the Chiefs.
Even the Packers could have beat the Chiefs because the Packers had 2 muffed punts that went back to Kansas City. But okay, so once again, it comes down to this, in my opinion. Well, the Vikings. If you bet on them to win a game, you're probably insane. No matter how big the lead, no matter how well of a situation, they will find a way to lose. They are literally out-falconing the Falcons. They were destroying Baltimore the entire game. Then out of nowhere, the Ravens just get in there. And then the Ravens, I think it was the fumble, the Vikings got the ball back literally like 25 yards away from field goal range in overtime. And they go 3 and out. Ooh, bro. And then, I understand that, you're at, like, your own 40. I do not care. When you know the other team is Justin Tucker, even if it's a 4th and 30, you have to go for it. You're not winning that game. They gave Lamar, who this year is the most clutch quarterback in football, the ball back with the best kicker in the league.
Arguably the MVP this year.
Yeah, all the Brady fans are saying Brady, but man, dude, this Ravens team is so bad in so many positions because of injuries. Their best running back, aside from Lamar Jackson, legitimately is Devontae Freeman. Their whole running back core is basically the 2017 Pro Bowl roster. Devontae Freeman, Le'Veon Bell, Lamar had 120 yards rushing, and then Hollywood had 116 yards receiving. The Ravens They got lucky. They played that team. Dalvin Cook played well. Kirk Cousins played okay. The Vikings are 3-5. Deserved.
Yeah.
Now for the battle of the 2-1-7 teams, the Texans and the Big Ten Dolphins. Oh my God. Tyrod had 3 picks.
Yeah,
Jacoby had 2 interceptions. Because for those of you who don't know, because newsflash, no one cares. Tua was hurt, apparently. He might not play next week, apparently. Like, oh my God. Dude, it was just so bad, dude. It's honestly probably one of the best games because it is as ugly as you'd expect. And the Dolphins are probably, I don't even know if they're happy about winning. I mean, remember, their pick is for the Eagles. The Eagles have their first round pick.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles right now legit might end up with 3 top 10 picks.
Yeah. The Giants could end up with 2 top 10 picks.
You gotta love it, bro.
The NFC East, man.
What a great division.
Everyone was hating last year. They know what they were doing the whole time.
Well, I don't know, man. The Eagles still got Harry Roseman, dude. He's going to use those picks, and he's going to draft probably like 3 different quarterbacks and say one of them's got to be good.
He's going to draft 3 Henry Ruggs.
He's going to trade all 3 of them for the number 1 pick and pick Spencer Rattler.
Sam Howell.
Okay. Speaking about the Eagles, they lost today against the Chargers. Barely, yeah, but they still did. Kind of funny, yeah. Hurts didn't really do anything passing. Jordan Howard somehow looking like he was in the Bears.
Yeah.
He had 70 yards. Bro, he literally was like a nobody last year. Now he's just balling out. Austin Eckler, still okay. Keenan Allen had a decent game.
Devontae Smith had a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I know Justin Herbert was nominated for like FedEx Air Player of the Year or something for the week. I don't know, man. He beat the Eagles defense. Like, big whoop. Like, you beat like 30-year-old Fletcher Cox and a bunch of scrubs. Derek Barnett, like, bro. Packers Chiefs, thanks to Aaron Rodgers' immunization and listening to Joe Rogan for medical advice, Jordan Love finally got a chance to start. I think it was a mixed result. I mean,
I honestly don't know if he's ever thrown a football in his life after watching that.
Well, I mean, the only thing that you got to remember, if it wasn't for Mason, in terms of just purely like those kicks, Jordan Love beat Mahomes because if Mason Crosby doesn't have 1 kick blocked and miss another, that's 13-13. And then if the Packers don't muff 2 different punts, like, you can hate all you want, like, even if you think he was genuinely bad, Jordan Love won that game for the Packers. It's just that the special teams of the Packers said, no, we're just going to literally, like, lose. Aaron Jones had another game where he was just okay, but when you pair him with A.J. Dillon, then it becomes really good ground game. Yeah. Mahomes played like garbage again. He had, 20 for 37, 166 yards. That's not playing good. That's just playing, like, below average.
Yeah.
Jordan Love I'm pretty sure Jordan Love, even though he threw an interception, still ended up having a better passer rating.
Yeah.
That's bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Cardinals 49ers. Cardinals with no D-Hop, no Kyler.
Weren't they? Dude, I still don't get. They were underdogs in this game, weren't they?
They didn't have Kyler or D-Hop.
Doesn't matter, bro. It's the 49ers.
I think
Colt McCoy, homie.
Colt McCoy.
He missed 4 passes.
James Conner.
That's it.
James Conner has 11 touchdowns.
Oh, my God.
Christian,
dude, he literally had... Conner had 96 yards rushing, and then he had 77 yards receiving.
Yeah.
Dude, Christian Kirk had 91 yards receiving. Honestly, I think it's going under the radar, but I think some people are starting to talk about it. I genuinely think the 49ers need to maybe make the idea of firing
Kyle Shanahan,
John Lynch, and Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan has done nothing. He led them to 1 Super Bowl. He's been really bad ever since.
And, I get that, and I understand, and this is true. John Lynch...
He has a worse career record than Matt Nagy does.
And, this is true, what I'm about to say. John Lynch did build the team that went to both Super Bowls. But at the same time, he literally, for those who don't know, was pretty much solely responsible for Jim Harbaugh not coaching the 49ers still. Because for whatever reason, he didn't want to give him a contract. And his reasoning was because he wasn't a Super Bowl winning coach. Even though in that Super Bowl, on that final play, the Ravens literally got away with blatant pass interference.
Yeah.
So, because of John Lynch, Jim Harbaugh wasn't their coach. Their team literally imploded. Then they just happened to get lucky with a bunch of circumstances. Because the only reason they went to that Super Bowl was because the year before, the whole team got hurt, and then they got Nick Bosa for, free. Just, John Lynch, I get he just got in the Hall of Fame, undeservedly. He's not better than Rondé Barber. Just, They both need to be fired.
Titans Rams.
Oh my god.
This was like
Oh my god.
both offenses are really bad, but one defense is going to be better and one quarterback's going to be worse. So the Titans are 8-1.
It's not
if
even.
they don't lose to the Jets.
I don't really think it's playing bad. Stafford just. All in all, I think Stafford had a great game because if you watched it, dude, the Rams' offensive line did literally nothing till the fourth quarter. I mean, it was just every time he dropped back, it was just he was getting hit by 3 guys. That first interception was him trying to not get a safety, which he only would have gotten a safety because his offensive line literally let them right through.
Yeah.
Then the next pass was bad, but I mean, he had 294 yards compared to Ryan Tannehill's 143. AP got another touchdown, ceremonial, yay.
Yeah.
Man, the Rams, they blew it. They should have won that game.
They should have. And then
The Bears Steelers. Oh
this
my God.
had to be the most rigged game of the year so far.
Dude, Justin Fields literally got like demolished, no penalty. Wait, let me just this is the full perspective. Aaron Donald, I believe, literally put 2 hands on Tannehill and gave him a light push while he was on the way, like he had all momentum. That was considered roughing the passer. Yet, basically, like doing a WWE move on Justin Fields is not is not roughing the passer.
No.
Yet then wasn't it a Bears defender that just stared at a Steelers guy for like a couple
He
seconds?
stared at him while he was walking back.
And
to
that
the
was
sideline.
taunting?
And then the
Dude,
ref like hip checked him too on his way.
Like, dude, what the hell? I mean,
Like, it
dude.
was just bad. It was
the Steelers were the worst 11-0 team in NFL history, and they might be the worst 5-3 team in NFL
They're not
history.
good, and Steelers fans still think Ben Roethlisberger is the savior of.
The only reason the
Humanity.
Steelers are good is because they happen to have T.J. Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick on their defense. That's
Yeah.
literally why they're good.
And
Najee Harris is actually like living up to being a first-round pick.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean Justin Fields, honestly, he was decent. Not great, but he was decent. Big Ben literally just kind of just threw the ball like 10 yards each time. Okay, and so before we talk about next week, real quick, since we're halfway through, I'd say name the top 3 teams right now. Who would you say? I would say number 1 is the Cardinals still. Number 2, I would say is, even though they got beat, I would still say the Rams. And then number 3, I'd say the Packers.
I would say Cardinals 1.
Mm-hmm.
Really, no NFC teams or AFC teams.
I don't see any of them beating those 3 teams in the NFC. I really don't. I mean, the Chargers are anemic. Like you have no idea what they're going to do.
Yeah.
The Ravens play down to competition all the time, and even against good teams, they sometimes lose. The Titans, they may have won, but if it wasn't for that pass rush, they would have gotten destroyed. The fourth quarter showed that because that wasn't even like prevent defense. They just straight up got pwned in the end. And Chiefs, bro, the Chiefs,
Aren't really even there.
the Browns.
I
don't know.
I
Bills.
think Tampa Bay.
Oh my God.
Like you got him, man. I
I
in
don't
the
know,
playoffs. In the playoffs, it's hard to go against Brady. So I go Cardinals, Tampa Bay, and then I guess Los Angeles. Like I don't.
Which Los Angeles? The Rams.
Yeah. It's just I don't like as much as I love Rodgers and Adam. Like I just don't think that team is legit enough to be like something amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I get that this is their last dance, their last time to try. Because everyone knows that both Adams and Rodgers are leaving this year.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. And probably Mason Crosby, for that matter.
Yeah.
For how bad he's been this year.
It's another
But-
like how can you allow kickers that miss field goals constantly? You just no excuse for it. There's not one kicker. There's not one person on the planet that can't just make field goals for you. Give D. Strong a contract.
Honestly, let's be real here. Justin Tucker is worth probably 3 first-round picks.
He probably is.
Okay. Honestly, with Derrick Henry out, there's a legit argument he's the best player in football. I mean, homie literally just doesn't miss. Okay. Speaking about him, Week 10, the Thursday night game is the Ravens-Dolphins.
Ravens by 1 million.
The Ravens by 3 points.
Like 3 points.
Dude, they are going to play so far down to that competition.
They're gonna crush them.
They either win by 3 or they win by 40. One or the other.
They're gonna win by 40.
The
much.
Saints, Titans. Give me the Titans because
Yeah.
the Saints are a run defense team, and the Titans have essentially like no run game
Yeah, no
anymore.
run.
Just give me the Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Bills, Jets.
Well,
That's tough now.
yeah, it's
Whether or
weird.
not Mike White starts or not, I don't care. The Jets, I'm taking him.
I'll just take the Bills.
I'm just take. Yeah, because it's hard to see the Bills lose back to back, but the Jets have already beat the Titans and Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Jets because it'd be funny, especially if Mike White plays. Mike White, baby. Okay, the Lions, Steelers. I guess I'm only going with them because I think that one team sucks and the other team is just begging for a win. I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Yeah,
That's their win.
Let's go with the Lions just because it's funny. to keep
And
on
plus
going.
the Steelers suck.
We just keep on going for the Lions every
We
week.
gotta
and
wait for
they-
Dan Campbell to get his
They
win.
keep on losing by 40.
And I mean, I think some people think that Dan Campbell might get fired soon. Just remember, Zach Taylor coached for 2 full years of the Bengals before this year somehow,
yeah.
and he's still somehow coaching them. The Jags, Colts. Give me the Colts, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't. Even
Buccaneers football team. Oh my God,
The Bucks by a million because Washington is now in 4th place in the division.
football team's about to get. They're about to win by -30.
Yeah.
The Browns, Patriots. Honestly, it's gonna be a closer game than people think, but I gotta go with the Browns in that one.
I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Wow.
I think the defense holds up.
Yeah, but does the Patriots offense actually beat the Browns defense?
It can. Enough to.
Enough.
Yeah, I mean, good enough to win.
Falcons, Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Actually, give me the Falcons just because I don't want to see the Cowboys win.
I'm just gonna take the Cowboys.
Panthers, Cardinals. Next game. Vikings, Chargers. Give me the Chargers by
Like
any one score. Anything that's a one score.
Yeah,
So literally
I agree
1
with
through
you.
8. 1 through 8 points. That's how they're gonna win.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, Seattle versus the Packers. So odds are, even though some people say it probably won't, Jordan Love is starting that game. Let's be
Yeah.
real. I don't care. Even if it's Tom Brady,
I think.
if you don't get back till Saturday, you're not playing Sunday.
Yeah.
Even then, Jordan Love is going to win that game. Because as long as the Packers special teams doesn't play that bad, they win.
Yeah.
Eagles, Broncos. Oh my God, dude. The Broncos are going to be 6-4. Broncos are going to win that game. The Chiefs, Raiders. If you asked me literally like a week and a half ago, I'd say the Raiders would pawn the Chiefs. But now with all the stuff that's happened, I really don't know.
I mean, I'll go Chiefs. Just easy. Like, I just don't know how I feel about the Raiders.
I'm going to go with the
especially-
Raiders solely because they seem every year to get one random win against the Chiefs, no matter what. Rams, 49ers. Rams by about like a lot of points.
Yeah, Rams.
That's not even going to be close. So those are all the games that are coming up next week. Odell Beckham Jr. hopefully gets signed somewhere that's funny. Speed kills. Remember Henry Ruggs in his t-shirts.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Adios. See you guys next week.
All right.